Hi Aries, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a general reading for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for October 11th through 20th. Okay, so this is a general reading, meaning it will not resonate for everybody from front to back, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And remember, I am just reading energies, so you may need to swap the roles throughout the reading. I could be talking about you, your person, another individual, or a party. I am just deciphering a message as best as I can from the energy I'm reading. So swapping roles might be necessary, and do not stretch it or overextend yourself to make it fit. If it's not your story, it's not your story. Be sure to check your other placements because your messages could be there, okay? I have premeditated on the collective conscious of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, and I have cleansed the space, cleansed the decks, and pre-shuffled. So let's get it going. Aries. What does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? Let's see. Messages for Aries. Okay, we're going to start with a card for you. Card for you. Card for Aries. Aries, you got the Five of Emotions. And an energy affecting this at this time. The Five of Inspiration. A card for a person on Aries' mind. The Moon. And the energy affecting this is the Five of Voices. Okay, 3 cards for the energies in the past that led this up to this. Past energies leading up to this. We've got the Four of Materials, the Two of Inspiration, and the Three of Voices. Okay, Aries, intuition. Aries, intuition. The Page of Inspiration. Challenge. The Devil. Advice. The Six of Inspiration. Person on Aries' mind. What are they thinking? Nine of Materials. Person on Aries' mind. How are they feeling? Six of Materials. Person on Aries' mind. What's their next move? Six of Emotions. We've got Bias down here. The Priestess. Caution. What should you be cautious of? The Emperor. And Focus. Focus, Knight of Inspiration. 2 guidance messages for Aries. Strength. And the Eight of Materials. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Fool. All right, I'm going to pull 2 stone crystal cards for you. 2 crystal cards for Aries. Topaz. And Lepidolite. Lepidolite. Topaz and Lepidolite. Alrighty. So, for Topaz, it says, this stone has an incredible amount of energy that can direct it with pinpoint accuracy. It sheds light on your life path and lets you see clearly your mistakes and how to achieve your goals. It brings about self-trust and an abundance of confidence. Everything in your life looks clearer with this stone. And then Lepidolite. Lepidolite is a stone of transition and change. Its strong vibrations quickly activate the heart chakra and the third eye. It can help you transition away from your sadness and lift you up with its strong celestial energy. Also, put under your pillow, and it can help with insomnia. Okay, so what I'm getting here is you're needing focus in your life at this time because you're going through a transition. And this has largely to do with a hurt or pain in your heart and kind of where you're going in life. You kind of are wanting to focus on your path and you're trying to transcend this pain or sadness you're feeling and, focus on your goals at this time. So Topaz and Lepidolite might help you in that regard. All right, so that's just a side note, but let's get into this reading. So Aries, you're right now, five of emotions. That's grieving. Five of cups, you're grieving a loss. And the energy that was surrounding this was a fight that happened or some sort of internal battle that you are facing at this time. So maybe there's internal conflict or external conflict with somebody. But either way, there is a loss here. And let's clarify. Six of Cups clarifies five of emotions and clarify the five of inspirations. Judgment. And then let's clarify your person too. The Moon, clarified by Temperance. And the, what is this? Five of Voices, clarified by the Ace of Cups. Okay. So there was a loss here. Five of Emotions. And the Six of Cups talks about a soul bond or connection with somebody. And it's like a soul contract. It's nostalgia and a lot of good memories with someone. So a long-standing connection that you had. So a very important connection in your life. You're grieving the loss of it still. It seems like, I don't think this happened super recently, but within the past year, I would say. And you're still not completely over that loss. The Five of Cups is a great card. In the original depiction, he's looking at three cups that have spilt over, but there's two behind him that are standing. So it says that, it shows that there's not all hope is lost, not all good is gone. So, grieve the loss by addressing the three that have knocked over. And then when you turn around and you're ready to move forward, you'll see there's still something there. There's there's two cups there. And the Two of Cups card talks about partnership connection. So it's the Five of Cups sends a message that love is still, even in loss, love is still present. Okay. You shared a deep connection with somebody, and that, just because it didn't work out, that doesn't mean it's a failure. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean the other person's bad. It doesn't mean that it's been lost. That is an experience that was gained by the both of you, and that is where you need to find the gratitude. The Five of Wands here, there's internal conflict going on, and this is in regard into self-evaluation, maybe looking at oneself and kind of taking accountability and responsibility for where you stand in life. I love the metaphor of, you may have not dug the pit that you're in, but at one point you do either choose to continue laying in it or crawl out of it. So you need to this goes to say that you may be a victim to the circumstances. However, you are ultimately a product of your choices. You may have not caused the issue. However, it is your responsibility to transcend the pain that was brought about from it. So that is what is kind of the energy surrounding you at this time. Your person is going through the dark night of the soul. They're also on a healing journey. They are dealing with insecurities that they have. They're dealing with illusions, maybe making sense of their life. And this is in regard to finding balance. They felt like, they did feel like you were something very special. This Temperance talks about soulmates, but they felt largely unbalanced in the connection. So they need to find balance, and that is, for those of you who are in separation at this time, that is the reason. The energies that was surrounding them was the Five of Voices. So this is the other conflict card, Five of Swords, and Five of Swords talks about more of an external conflict, and somebody felt down and out. So maybe in the split, they felt like they needed to kind of get back up. So that may have caused a lot of pain, based on what was said or what was exchanged. The Ace of Cups, this was surrounding their love and their intimacy and their heart. So they wanted a new beginning on their journey, and that caused a lot of issues between you guys, unfortunately. The energy that was leading up to this: Four of Materials, Two of Inspiration, Three of Voices. So let's clarify. Nine of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Four of Materials, Four of Pentacles, excuse me. The Four of Pentacles talks about selfish, hoarding energy, holding on to something. And the Nine of Swords is pain, so and trauma. So what I'm getting here is the past energy. There was something that just one of you guys couldn't let go. This could have been energy that was dredged up from past experiences that maybe was projected onto one another. Maybe there was misinterpretations of each other's actions or words based on triggers from the past. However, this was something that someone was holding tightly to. I also get here that the pain of this connection, that the splits and the ruptures were, you guys couldn't seem to find resolve in that. And there was a lot of holding on to the pain from there, and no, no real conflict resolution took place. Maybe a lot of sweeping things under the rug, or just kind of moving forward, pretending like everything was okay. This caused a lot of issues with talking of the future. So Two of Inspiration, Two of Wands is about planning for the future and discussing, and Two of Swords is stalemate energy, headbutting, coming to an not making a decision, indecision. Also talks about two people, stuck between a rock and a hard place. So this was a lot of there was a lot of goal setting, and intention was not really the easiest in this connection. Another thing that led to this was the Three of Swords. So again, heartbreak, and the Wheel of Fortune talks about destiny and fate, and it also talks about soulmates. So this, I'm getting here that there were lessons learned in this connection that really had to do with your path, and both of you facilitated this learning experience for each other to better prepare you for the future of your lives. And sometimes people cross paths to do that for each other, and that doesn't mean they can't come back together in the future when they cross paths again. Sometimes our paths do this. So it's really, you got to find out, you got to extract what purpose this served for you. A lot of times we make the mistake of saying, oh, gosh, I just want to forget about it. That wasn't a pleasant experience. And, God bless them, and I love them, but I'm really hurt. And we want to forget about it. That's not the way to go. You want to extract the lesson, because it can better prepare you for relationships in the future, better prepare you for life experiences in the future. And then not only that, but if part of you, I'm getting part of you still would like this to come back together sometime, you need to extract the lessons from it, or else it will fail again when it does come back together. So keep that in mind. Your intuition is the Page of Inspiration here. Your intuition's telling you to kind of, you still have a lot to create on your own, and you still have you need to get in touch with your free spirit. Your intuition's telling you you're being too rigid at this time, Aries. So clarify this. Page of Swords. Yeah, 2 pages. And the Devil is for your challenge, clarified by Two of Pentacles. And the Six of Wands, or inspiration, is your advice, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So your intuition's telling you that you need to find new ways to communicate, and kind of find the humor in things, is what I'm getting the message out of this. Find a way to laugh at what has happened, or what, kind of don't be as serious all the time. Kind of, we got to learn how to laugh at ourselves, and be free spirited, and not let our experiences weigh us down, and not let them pummel us. Your intuition is telling you to find the inspiration in what has happened. And your challenge here is to release some of these maybe codependent behaviors, possibly toxic behavioral patterns such as jealousy, maybe communication patterns that are defensive, or not hearing what the other person is saying. If we're thinking about what we're going to say instead of listening to that person, that is not actually listening. It's not active listening. If we are building our retort or our rebuttal, and then we're not hearing what the other person is saying. And keep in mind, in conflict resolution, it's not really a matter of being right and wrong. Who's right, who's wrong? That doesn't matter. None of that matters. It's about hearing each other, validating each other, understanding that everyone has a different experience, honoring and appreciating that, and then finding the peaceful resolve in that. Do you want to be right, or do you want a relationship? Do you want to put the other person down and make them at fault? Or do you want to say, you know what, I can see your side. I'm sorry. Now, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry. Because to them, either whether it's to them or to you, what I'm saying is, when we feel a certain way, it doesn't matter if the other person didn't intentionally do that. Intention matters, but to say, I'm sorry you feel that way, is also to say, I'm not sorry for what I did. When in reality, if you care about somebody, you should be caring about how your actions impact them. So, I'm sorry you feel that way is not caring about how your actions impacted them. I'm sorry that I did that is caring about how your actions impacted them. That's taking their feelings into consideration. So, I'm sorry you feel that way is dismissing them. So, what this is saying is that your challenge right here is to really take a look at the way you balance things in your life, and the way you balance relationships, the way you balance conflict, the way you balance work, the way you balance your ambition and drive and such. Okay. And your advice here is the Six of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Six of Wands is about pride and recognition and getting your flowers and, being, have people noticing your attributes. And then the Knight of Pentacles is dedication, commitment. It's a slow moving energy. So your advice here is to take it one step at a time, find what you are proud of and what your skill set is, and go to places where you are welcomed and where you are feeling like you can achieve something, and finding your niche. Okay, so your advice is to hone in on what you want to dedicate your time to that will bring you that recognition, will bring you that sense of pride. What can you do that you are proud of? There's good pride and there's bad pride. So do something you're proud of, but don't be prideful. Don't be so pompous or prideful that you can't forgive others, or that um, you know, your pride won't keep you warm at night, and your pride will destroy relationships. So be proud. Don't be prideful, if that makes sense. Your person right now, what are they thinking, Aries? They're thinking Nine of Pentacles. They're thinking about themselves being single, not necessarily in a bad way, but they're thinking about their own security and their own path. And that's what I'm saying right now. I don't think I'm getting here that it's best to just focus on self, but because this person is also doing that. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles here by the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, they're going out and getting what they feel they deserve and receive, and they're open to receiving their blessings, and they're building up their foundation as well. Okay, so what's this person feeling? Six of Pentacles, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. And what's this person's next move? Six of Cups, clarified by the Hierophant and the Hanged Man. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying, this person is thinking about receiving what they feel they're deserving of. Material security. This is also just like a kind of self card, and it's building up their own garden. Okay, and then how's this person feeling? This person's feeling like they want to give their love, and this is in regard to a lesson that's learned. So I'm getting here that this person, they are focusing on themselves. in order to better show up. Now, whether this be for you or someone else, I'm not sure. I don't think it's really for anyone at this time. I think it's for just the future of their relationships. And you could be in that future. However, I'm not getting here specifically that that's what they're doing this for. So just keep that in mind. But their next move here is this is interesting. Their next move here is being nostalgic of a past energy. So that could be you, if they're not stuck on some other ex or something. But Aries, they could be thinking of you, and their next move could be moving toward you. Now, this is in regard to a change in perspective that they've had in regarding their commitment or what it means to commit. You know, you can love somebody, but without commitment, it's not going to stay together because love is not always going to be present. Love is a feeling like anything else. Commitment's an action. Love is a feeling and it fades sometimes. You're not going to love your partner throughout the entire relationship. Sometimes you're going to hate your partner. Sometimes you're going to be really angry at them. Commitment helps us stay through those times. Commitment is what drives us to fix issues and to rebuild the love when it dwindles. Okay, so commitment, in my opinion, is much more important than love. Love is great, obviously, and there will be periods and large periods of it. But without commitment, nothing will stay together. But this person is really looking at what they how they commit themselves, looking at new perspectives and really having a nostalgic energy. And so I do believe that could be toward you, Aries, and they possibly could be thinking about some sort of resolve or reconciliation, whether that be now or just down the line. That is something that they are somewhat looking into taking action on, okay? Your bias here is the priestess, clarified by the Seven of Cups. Your caution is the Emperor, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. And your focus is the Knight of Inspiration, clarified by the Ace of Swords. Okay. So, your bias here is in regard to, I'm getting here the message is that your subconscious programming may have you seeing things in a rigid format or a rigid way. You may find blockages where you are hitting walls and not really seeing the way around them or seeing the point. And this has a lot to do with the decisions you're making. So whether or not we're consciously aware of it, the decision to believe something is your decision. We think maybe it's outside forces or external circumstances that weigh on our beliefs, but that's false. You choose to believe what you choose to believe. For example, if it's raining outside, I may like the rain. Somebody else may think of a painful memory of some sort of accident that happened where they lost a loved one. I choose to believe the rain is a happy moment. That person, due to external circumstances, chooses to believe that the rain is sad and it makes them sad because it's triggering. So they have that button in there that gets pushed. And it's more of a question of not that the rain pushes their button, but why do they have that button? They have not gotten through the pain of that memory, which now triggers that button and the rain makes them sad. But they are still choosing to allow the rain to do that. So you see what I'm saying? So we make the choice to believe what we want to believe. You can either tell yourself the good story or the bad story. You can either focus on the positive or the negative. You can change the way you perceive things by changing your beliefs. Your beliefs will create your thoughts, and your thoughts will create your feelings, and your feelings will create your actions. So when you believe a certain way, you think a certain way. And when you think a certain way, you feel a certain way. And when you feel a certain way, you act a certain way. And when you act a certain way, people react a certain way. And then their reactions go back to affirm your original belief. it's very interesting how subtle it is, but we create our reality in such a very meticulous way based on what we believe. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that you need to really, your bias here is you're not listening to your higher self, and your choices and decisions are not. There's stuff coming out of the subconscious here that's creating reality for you, and you're looking at it like, oh my gosh, I just keep like, why is this happening? And you're not. You're the world is not happening to you. The world is happening through you. You're taking everything and putting it through this filter and then projecting it back out into the world. So keep that in mind. That's your bias here, okay? Your caution is, um, so the Emperor is somebody who keeps their emotions under wrap. And the Nine of Pentacles, again, is the single card, and it's also material security. Your caution here is to not submerge yourself in mindless activities such as work to keep your emotions in check. Your caution here is to not become rigid, not become some controlling emperor of your emotions, and not letting yourself feel. And yeah, you may be focused on stability and security, but you need to also allow yourself to feel. So your caution here is to be wary of not closing your heart off and putting up those walls. Your focus here should be on free-spirited energy, charismatic energy, and Ace of Swords is clarity and truth. So finding your footing and your confidence and your fiery passion energy that you are, Aries, and that's your focus. You need to be focusing on applying yourself truthfully and facing the world truthfully with your, like, this is living your truth essentially. This is speaking your truth and living your truth and embodying your truth. And your truth, what I'm getting based on this reading, is that you're not even aware of your truth because you're not haven't taken full responsibility yet for what is going on. So keep that in mind, okay? And then your guidance messages here is Strength and Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Materials. Your guidance messages are saying, oh, clarified by Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So your guidance, oh, and at the bottom of the deck you got the Hermit. So your guidance messages here, strength, inner strength, courage, bravery. In regard to Six of Pentacles, this is equal give and take, balance. What does that scissor line? Give as much as you take, forgive as much as you hate, or get the out. Right. So strength and courage will allow you to find forgiveness and balancing equal give and take. And you know, the secret to giving is, so the secret to receiving is giving thanks and giving gratitude and giving our time and our effort, but not in a way that is we're being taken advantage of. But also, we shouldn't be giving in order to receive. Does that make sense? So find the strength. That's your guidance here, is you have more strength and power than you even know. Your other guidance here is the Eight of Pentacles, clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Find lessons and learning and redefining your skill set in regard to how you hold on to things, how you hold on to resentments, how you hold on to pain, how you hold on to anger, how you hold on to physical aspects like a person, or you kind of hoard these things and you don't want to let them go. You don't let go very easily. You may chuck it off and pretend like I'm fine, but it's giving you don't let go very easily. And so this is a lesson, and this is your guidance is to really hone in on that lesson. Okay, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Fool and the Hermit. What you don't see coming is a new beginning in regard to the search of through yourself. So the Hermit has, in the original depiction, he's got a lantern and the light is around him. He's in a dark cave. So it's like focusing on the here and the now, focusing on you, focusing on no more than like what you are about, what you're doing, how you think, your internal processes, how you affect the world around you, how your behavior impacts people, how your behavior impacts you, how your choices to believe certain things impact your behavior. So there's a lot there, and take that leap of faith in regard to this journey through yourself, okay? And I guarantee you good things will come. Let's pull a couple energy cards here for Aries. Energy cards for Aries. Creativity, flow, passion, protection, and faith. Oh, and love at the bottom. So, you need to find creative ways to address these things that you've been fearful of addressing. Okay. Maybe this is talking about some art projects you need to invest in, maybe your own creativity and your passion and the way you handle situations, approach things, approach others, creative outlets to kind of, how do you say, transcend these emotions and feelings that are going through you. Okay. Going with the flow. Going with the flow. Holding on to somebody is not going with the flow. Holding on to we got to let go and go with the flow. Going with the flow requires us to know what we want and what we're about and how, and communicating those things. When we communicate our expectations, which really expectations are uncommunicated. So when we communicate our needs and when we communicate our intention and our goals, we are able to go with the flow better because we can find people that also have those same, goals and needs, or I'm sorry, who are able to meet our needs and who have the same goals and intentions. So, passion, finding what you're passionate about, Aries. Protection. Protection, emotional walls are not protecting you. Emotional walls are not protecting you. Learn the difference between a boundary and an emotional wall. Walling yourself up and protecting yourself will become your prison. And what do they say? Feelings. What's the word? All right. What's the saying? I forget, but it's something about the feeling. Oh, the feelings that you hold back will become the feelings that will become the things that hold you back. The feelings that you hold back will become the things that hold you back. Okay? So keep that in mind and have faith in the path forward, Aries. You are way stronger than you know. And I really, once you go through this, I do believe you will find that love, that self love, which will help you find another person to share your life with and to share your heart with and that energy with. Okay. But this is a journey of self love. So that's all I have for you today. I hope it helped. Thank you so much.